Hey, what's up, guys? Coltrane from Agentic here. And in this video, I want to show you a really cool automation that we recently built for our own company. We built this in make.com, but I've also built variations of it in N8N. So the way that the automation works is that it helps you to master social media with an omnipresent strategy. Now, this is just the first part. I'm going to keep posting about other ways to engage on social media with automation. But I think this is a pretty good use case. It's already seen some organic reach and we got a new subscriber off of it. So what it does is it's able to look through trending news articles. Right now, this automation pulls the latest 30 articles on Google Trends that are relevant to the niche. So this is tech and business. And from there, it takes the most relevant articles, it puts them all into a aggregator, which gets inputted into an OpenAI module. And this module is tasked with looking through all of the news articles to figure out which ones are most suitable for my brand. But this can actually be opted to any brand. So say that you're doing a service-based business, you can look into like recent posts around the service, typical costs to create it. You don't even need to look through trending posts. You can look through the most viral posts in the last year or so and mark those. So in our case, we're looking for core tech stories, business marketing strategy stories, and human connection psychology stories. And as you can see, it's looking through a lot of articles. It also excludes articles that are paywalled. And then it looks for articles within the last 2 days of a certain time. And this is the tricky part. What I had to do to make sure that it was pulling the right amount of articles was to have the data type be outputted in a JSON array format. So title, description, source, create date, etc. So this is the module that actually chooses which articles that it's going to be synthesizing. From there, we're feeding that into JSON, breaking it out into 3 different arrays. And then each array is going to go into another Apify scraper. This one is a website content crawler. So basically it looks through the full article. Initially, I only get the description of the article, but this actually goes on the site. It can bypass paywalls and things and look at the full article, outputs the full article, and then adds it to a Google Sheet. So this is where all the outputs are landing. And you can see that there's pretty long articles there that are very relevant to what we were mentioning. After that, the 3 articles that get added get pulled up, sent into an aggregator, and then from there, Google Gemini can synthesize it based on my brand guidelines into an actual LinkedIn post. So this is the strategic voice of Agentic. You write LinkedIn posts. It gives the message that I want to provide. It tells the voice. Basically, what I did was I figured out what sort of articles I wanted the output to be like. And then from there, I ran that through a large LLM to find characteristics of the sort of posts that I could include into the prompt here. From there, I break down the hook, the different sections, and figure out just a basic format. So some of these come with images, some of them don't. But essentially what it is are the most relevant articles in the last 2 days that are on topic for followers of our page. And my thought process behind this is that if someone is looking for recent AI news, they want to see in touch with the topic, they want to be able to cite different sources and statistics, our page would be the perfect page for them to follow. Now, we also want to create original content like this and provide other value. But if we can just supplement the days where we don't create content with these kinds of posts, or maybe reviews that we pull online or events or something that is valuable to our audience, but not something that takes us a lot of time to create, that's how we can grow even faster. We've only been running this for a few days, which is why there's not a ton of engagement. And before that, our previous post was in April. But we've already seen some traction. We're seeing a lot of organic impressions versus when we started. And I'm excited to see how this continues to progress. So this is the format that it's posted in. These are the types of posts that it will cite. So reputable sources here and there. You can also continue to perfect it by adding in different prompts, adding in different data sources. So for example, I also built this type of automation through N8N, where this is able to scrape trending topics or trending events on websites like Luma, on Supermomos, and Eventbrite for tech and automation focused professionals. And here, this is an event organizer that we're partnered with. She has an awesome platform. And what we're able to help her do is, if you scroll here, you can see that there's a list of events for the coming week that we would recommend to her. And it includes a description, it includes an organizer, and she actually uses this weekly for her own LinkedIn post, where she shares events and uses it as a way to connect to other organizers, promote goodwill within the community, and then share with her own community events that would be relevant. So again, imagine you can use this for a larger brand if you're trying to scrape your reviews. You can also scrape trending Twitter posts and re-emphasize those. So there are so many applications. One last thing that I wanted to share with this automation is the image generation, because as you might have noticed, some of them have a cool graphic, and each one of these costs about 25 cents to generate. So it's not necessarily cheap if you're doing one every single day, which is why we've kind of broken it up. I'm trying to A/B test whether this actually gets more engagement and is worth it. Right now, it's looking like it is. But in this case, it's making 3 separate images for each of the, or 3 frames in an image of each of the articles, and it's reflecting that. The prompting for that is pretty easy to additionally include. Let's see. Pretty sure it's an OpenAI module here. Yes. Okay, so this is the OpenAI module that I added. What I did was I went through ChatGPT and I asked it to create images based on the type of guidelines that I wanted. I uploaded some example images, and then once I found a really good image output that split the post into 3 parts, I asked it to give a full description of that image. So that's how you can get great image prompts, by using ChatGPT, making the image yourself, or sending in an image and then asking it to break it down into its components. And you can see the line work, the palette, things like that. And then from there, it inputs the post, and I'm able to get a very consistent illustration to showcase with the news articles. So here's another one. Here's another one. So they all kind of fit brand guidelines, and I'm constantly improving this automation too. But if you want to get it in its current form and try it out on your page, you can go in the description down below. I have a link to Gumroad, which is a place where you can download the JSON file to import into make.com and start running this yourself. You'll also need an OpenAPI token and an Appify token. Both of those are pretty inexpensive to run. I would say that each day running this, just because we're scraping 30 articles and we're trying to get a really good quality out there, each day running it is probably around 70 cents with the image. Without the image, probably around 50. So it's not necessarily the cheapest. If you're able to build your brand on autopilot and you only run it once or twice a week to supplement your existing content, I think it is a great fit for a lot of business owners, and it could be really useful. With the download, you're also going to be able to get all of my prompt information, everything that's tied together. But the thing is, and this is why you might want to reach out and work together, this is pretty tailored to Agentic right now and our own brand and guidelines. But if you're trying to make this the best fit for your own brand, you want that unique voice, you want that unique style, you want it to scream your brand and get people to want to check out the rest of your content and the rest of your services. So this is where we come in. We've already built out this automation for other clients, and I would love to help you do the same. So if you're trying to get it more tailored to you and actually give an ROI based on all of the time and effort that you put into setting this up, then let's definitely chat, because I can help you make this be a great asset in your social media plan. And of course, again, if you want to attach reviews, if you want to attach trending tweets in your topic, figure out other data sources to make this even more helpful for you, that can definitely be possible as well. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Last but not least, if you're interested in the social media strategy that we're covering, make sure to give us a follow on Agentic. We only have 43 followers, but that was by doing really nothing. So this is a good start to our journey, and I'm happy to continue documenting it and showing how we've been able to grow our social media presence. Hopefully, looking back in about half a year, we're going to be at a few hundred, maybe even 1,000 followers with a lot better engagement. So that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. And again, if you want that template, make sure to check it out in the description down below for Gumroad. All right, that's all. Bye.